My name is Nikki Shaffeeullah, and I am the playwright of and a performer in A Poem for Rabia. A Poem for Rabia spans 200 years and also exists a bit outside of time. We have three characters who are along the same bloodline, who are each living their own lives in times of political change. Rabia is on an indentured ship, traveling from Calcutta to the shores of British Guyana during the peak of the British East India's rule over India. And then 100 years later, in 1953, we have Betty, who is working right in the governor's office during a time where decolonial activism is really taking hold in what was then called British Guyana, now called Guyana. And then 100 years later, in 2053, we have Zara, who is a disillusioned queer activist who was part of the prison abolition movement and now is living in the reality of a Toronto and a Canada that has just abolished prisons. Their stories weave together, intersect, and move apart in different ways. I began the work that became A Poem for Rabia about 10 years ago when I took an Arrivals Legacy Process workshop led by Diane Roberts, which facilitates participants to create a character based on a personal ancestor. And so I took little bits of knowledge that I had about my great-grandmother, oral history, archival work, and then the embodied work that I did throughout the workshop, and started to unpack things about her political context and her personal life and moments of change. Through that work, and this work is not based on her in a concrete way, but really opened me up to thinking about that movement across generations and echoes of revolution and change and how those play out in individual people's lives. I'm thrilled about the creative team that's going to be working to bring this production to life. I think there's so much sensitivity and complexity and artistic rigor that everyone is bringing from different perspectives to tell these series of stories in a really beautiful and streamlined way. Donna-Michelle St. Bernard and Clare Preuss are co-directing. It's really exciting. They have a long shared history of practice and collaboration. Donna-Michelle also has a long history of working on this script with me as dramaturg. Also, she and I have collaborated in community arts and also artist activist spaces, and I think that Donna-Michelle and Clare and Sonia and others have sort of a social and political investment in some of the themes of the play. I think bolsters the artistic work in kind of exciting and sort of provocative ways. The cast is extraordinary. I'm so thrilled to be collaborating with some of the most wonderful actors in the country. Playing Betty is Michelle Muhammad and Rabia is Adele Marona, and those two have been working to develop those characters for years now. So they really embody those characters in such thoughtful and nuanced and interesting ways, and I'm so excited that they are going to be in the production this fall. I'm a huge fan of Lemon Tree Creations. I think they're one of the most exciting companies in town, and I love seeing what they do and hearing what they're up to. And their double bill that they're presenting, Three Fingers Back, which is Give It Up and The Smell of Horses, both by Donna-Michelle St. Bernard and directed by Cole Alvis and Yvette Nolan. Exciting artists, exciting ideas, and I'm really excited to see that. A Poem for Rabia is a Tarragon Theatre production with Nightwood Theatre and Undercurrent Creations, and previews begin October 17th in the Extra Space.